Okay. Good evening, everybody. Hello. Wherever the hell you are, hello. How are you? It's good to see you. It's Friday night in May 17th, 2024, 7 o'clock. And we're ending another great week. Man, last night's show was great. Still, wonderful feedback pouring in. For all of you who watch on YouTube, you might be wondering, where the hell is last night's episode? Well, there was just a little bit too much that came up that you know is just riding the line on YouTube. And I figured it's not that much of a sacrifice to just take it off here and have it be available everywhere else. So you know where you go, quitefrankly.tv, Rumble, and everywhere else. You know, we got the Twitch, even though that doesn't stay up too long either, because it's all the music. But there's the Rockfin, there's the D Live, there's Twitter, there's a whole bunch. So, and then of course, everywhere that you get a podcast, you'll be able to find this. So, welcome to the show tonight. Now, what are we going to be talking about? I've got guests in the studio. I don't know where Matt is, and I don't know where this other kid is. I'm going to talk to you about them in a little bit, but tonight is a show that is 15 years in the making. 15, just about, at least. So, I got a couple of friends of mine that I used to coach in Little League years ago when I was but a kid. They're almost as old as I am now. And it's just crazy how that works out. So we're going to talk a little bit about the past. We're going to talk a little bit about just how life is now, especially since we're always analyzing what goes on intergenerationally, from Generation X to Millennial to Z to what's coming up with Alpha and all that stuff. And now we actually have some Gen Z in the room, so that should be fun. Other than that, let's just get a couple of things out of the way. Thank you to my sponsors, Blue Monster Prep. Also, go check out the merch, the coffee, quitefrankly.gold, all of it on the affiliates page on quitefrankly.tv. On Monday, we'll be live from Studio B, my home setup, because Tuesday I'm getting, there's the whole matrimony thing that's going on. And then on Wednesday, I don't know what's going to happen on Wednesday the 22nd, but there's going to be some kind of a special broadcast. Some kind. Even if I come here with Aurora, maybe we do something from the drums in the other room. I don't know. Something will happen Wednesday before we take off for a little family extended weekend. And there you have it. Again, I recommend you all go out and buy Dandelion Wine by Ray Bradbury, because that is going to be the subject of our book club in June when we start that up again with Charlie Robinson. So be a part of book club, because it's been awesome this year so far. All right, let me see. In the grab bag we go. This was for Matt, but he's not here, so to hell with that. Listen to this. I'm sure that this is going to make a lot of you just say, what? This is from KFI AM 640. After 26 years, Omar bin Omran, sounds like a representative from Minnesota or something like that, was reunited with his family, who thought he had died during Algeria's civil war. Omran was reported missing in 1998. Okay? I was in 7th grade. After he vanished on his way to school, after a massive search came up empty, his family assumed he was killed during the bloody war between the government and Islamist rebel groups. However, Omran was alive the whole time, being held captive by his neighbor just 200 yards from his home. Omran's family realized he might be alive after their neighbor's brother suggested he might have been involved in kidnapping Omran in a social media post. See, here's the thing I don't understand. Is he handicapped? If he's handicapped, then I understand what's going on here. How can you be held prisoner 200 yards from your home all these years if you don't have some sort of a handicap or it's an honest question. When officers searched the man's home, they found Omran living in a sheep pen in his basement. He was taken to the hospital where he received and will receive medical and psychological treatment. The homeowner was described as a 61-year-old civil servant who lived alone. Officials did not say why he kidnapped Omran and kept him captive for so long. When asked why he didn't call for help, Omran said that his captor placed a spell on him. Don't know what to say about that. I think he might be handicapped, which makes this even worse. Here's another one for you. On Oddity Central, man shocked to learn that his wife of 12 days is actually a man. think this is happening a lot these days, to be honest. A young Indonesian man recently got the shock of his life after learning that his wife of 12 days was actually a man disguised as a woman. Probably found her on, where? Bumble? I just learned that that's a site today. Earlier this week, Indonesian media reported a strange case of a 26-year-old man referred to only as his initials, AK, who ended up calling the police after finding out that the woman he had married only 12 days prior turned out to be a man in disguise. How long did he think that was going to keep up? The man allegedly met his bride to be on the internet. After hitting it off, the two decided to meet in person. AK admitted that he fell in love with his future wife the moment he saw her for the first time, and after meeting cordially the first two times, he got the courage to ask her out on a proper date. So they were, at least they were abstinent the entire time. It's the only way that you couldn't have got to consummate the marriage, though. And that's where things got sticky. I don't know, but I can't imagine how bad dating is right now. That's another thing we can ask our Gen Zers tonight. How the hell does that even work anymore? Hundreds gather. Listen to this one. Hundreds gather to watch masked man eat an entire jar of cheese balls in New York City. After plastering the whole of Manhattan with flyers for several months, a mystery man known as Cheeseball Man gathered a crowd of hundreds to watch him eat a whole tub of cheese balls. Meet Cheeseball Man, the superhero New Yorkers never knew they needed. His superpower, mesmerizing crowds with his insatiable craving for cheese balls. Hopefully that maybe he can clean up the crime wave in the subway. It all started with some flyers showing a man with an orange ski mask holding a large tub of cheese balls and inviting everyone to come watch him devour the cheesy treats in Manhattan's Union Square Park on April 27th. The flyers went up months before the big day, and although Cheeseman didn't really expect a large crowd, he was blown away by the size of the audience. Close to 1,000 people showed up. What are you going to do? There's nothing going on. So what are you going to do? I don't know. Meet the cheeseball guy. That's what you have going on in New York City these days. Stay safe out there, ladies and gentlemen. All right. With that being said, hey Christian, where'd Evert go?
Let's go get our good friend Kevin.
Kevin's here?
Kevin's here.
Okay, then we better get this started. I got to introduce you to everybody. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Let's get it all kicked off.
This is Max N. Caparato at 12,060 feet. You can get as high as I am by watching the Quite Frankly podcast.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back. Does anybody else want to stay? Let's ride!
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's good to have you all here. It's 7:10 p.m. and we're waiting for one more guy to show up because, I think they're here. God, here it goes. Hold on, this is going to be a little bit messy right now. I'm going to have to get everybody in their seats. Oh my God! All right, Kevin, you sit right there on the couch, and those are your headphones, and that's your microphone right there. Oh God! All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, as you all know, tonight's show is called The Boys of Summer. That is what the Brooklyn Dodgers were known as back in the day in the 40s and the 50s. Why? It was a magical team from a little borough in New York who always peaked in summer and in the spring, but they never could get it done in the fall. Now, I never coached fall ball, so all I ever had were springs and summers, and that's my fun little anecdote for tonight. And I got some people from those springs and summers here tonight. I'm very excited, and let's just go around because they're all coming from the same kind of generation of players, and I've coached hundreds and hundreds. Over here is Evert. Evert, what's going on, man?
What up?
How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
You feeling good? Now, you were never actually on CYP, our team.
Nah, that team sucked. That team was terrible.
No, it wasn't. You wish. I actually told your coach Danny to watch tonight. Hopefully he calls in.
Danny?
Yeah.
That's my guy, man.
I hope he says he might have to watch the rerun.
He's the man.
But Coach Matt said he might be calling in Okulski. So we'll see about that.
We got a couple stories about him too. So
I know it's gonna be.
I see him around actually. He might be somewhere up in Stanford.
I think he gets his hair cut in this building.
Nice.
I've seen him coming out of one of the doors like down the street or whatever. And sitting next to you is Christian. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, Frank? Thanks for having us,
dude. What do we got here? This is a Christian. Now Christian was one of my guys. Yeah. Whenever I needed to go to, you were my leadoff hitter for 2 years.
That's right.
Good stuff. You're always in control.
Ready to bunt.
Yeah, ready to bunt. You never flew off the handle. Now this other kid, I'm very happy that you guys were able to find him. We were going to have our friend Kevin come by tonight, but instead, thankfully, Evert went out and found a newly arrived migrant from the southern border. Here he is. Just want to welcome Kevin.
What's up?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Dude, I haven't seen you in. I've seen these two because
I was about to say
15 years.
It's probably the first time I've seen you in a really long time.
Get that a little bit closer to your mouth.
I haven't seen you in a really long time.
I know because I've seen. I know that Evert is. Hold on, let me get you up on the screen with us.
You got my bio there?
No, I don't have your bio. I know that Evert is coaching now. Do you still coach?
Nah, I retired.
How?
I already retired.
What was it about? What was about it that made you retire? Just couldn't take the time?
It was too far. It was way too far. So I was only coaching while I was living in Portchester.
Okay.
And I moved to Norwalk about a year and a half ago. So I did 1 year while I was living in Norwalk. I coached 1 year just because it was a lot of fun and I really wanted to continue doing it. But driving 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back, it would take me 45 minutes to get down to Portchester.
I get you.
So I had to hang up my...
I was his assistant, actually.
Really? When?
It was.
The first year.
Our first year.
Seriously?
During
Yeah.
COVID, yeah. It was
during COVID, yeah.
Dude,
we wore masks, and it was fucking terrible, but...
I remember that because that was the year that I said, that's it for me.
Really?
COVID year?
The COVID year. I said that's it for me. I'm not going to. When I said that I would have to coach in a mask and stuff, I was like, it's not happening, especially outside. I wasn't doing it. So it was rough. But also, my wife was pregnant that year too. So I said
I was gonna ask you what the family situation was like.
Yeah, that was it. I mean, I'm sure you know what it is. And let me get Kevin on this screen with us. Hold on a second. Where the hell?
Get him on there.
Where's the couch cam? Oh, there it is. There's the
OnlyFans TV.
There he is. There's Kevin. Yeah, those years for me, I coached for 16 years, from junior year of college until 2019. So that's 2006 or so. I put my application in October of 2005, and it was just perfect because I was in college. There was, I wasn't a father. It was just something we loved to do, and we had a lot of great just young guys that just wanted to coach baseball. Yeah. And it was a lot of fun, man. And times are totally different.
Yeah.
Just everything is.
Yeah. How many rings do you have?
We had 2000. Well, Christian is 2010
with Kevin.
With Kevin, and Kevin was a huge part of that team.
Yeah.
Big sloppy.
Big sloppy.
That's correct.
He would show up late, just like tonight.
And leave early.
And leave early. He always had an engagement.
But nobody knew what it was.
Right.
Just him.
And then I think there was a 2013 or 14. I don't know. But we were in the finals. I feel like 7 out of 9 years at one point. Wow. But we can never. It was just very hard to push the ball past the goal line. I don't know what the hell's happened.
A lot of plays at the plate.
Yeah, a lot of plays at the plate. Anyway, how old are you guys now? How old are you?
20. I'm going to be 26 next month.
And so are you guys? What's the fluctuation? Like a year between you all? You all the same age?
I think
Kevin and I are the same.
Yeah, me and Evert same age.
I'm 25. I just turned 25 in March.
It's 1 year younger.
He was always 1 year younger than us.
Yeah.
That's right. He stuck. You stuck around past. Was Kevin in this picture?
Yes. He
Yeah,
is in that
dead
picture.
center.
Right in the middle.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Dead center.
So is Ronnie in that picture?
No. He left. The 2010 was his last year. I have a video. I'm going to show you guys. It's a video about the champion. Did you ever see the championship video?
No.
You never saw
You
this?
have a-
You posted it on Facebook, I think.
Oh yeah, but
You
years
have a
ago.
video?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Who
When
made
What,
that?
like just a recap?
Anthony, my brother Anthony, edited it down, and I have the championship video from 2010. I'm going to play for you guys in a little bit. It's about 6 minutes long, but it's a wonderful walk through memory lane.
Is it just the last game?
Yeah, it's the championship game versus Matakulski's hated police.
Yeah.
So that was just that's what's going on.
We did hate Matakulski's police.
There was friendly wagers during that game, I heard, right?
for every friendly wagers. There was no apps back then. We would probably be able to put it.
Right.
That's that, man. I was just there was a lot going on. So 25, 20. What do you guys think about NATO? Do you guys have any opinions on NATO and our involvement in NATO as a
Not much.
Good.
Not much.
good? If anybody ever asks you that, say we have to leave.
Okay.
We got to leave NATO. Okay, so so fields of study now. I mean, is anybody still in college? Are you guys going for masters or whatever? What's going on? What are you doing for?
I just finished my master's this past fall. I did a independent study, so I stayed a semester extra.
And you're still involved in sport, like soccer, right?
Yeah. I'm college soccer coach now. Going on year 5, so.
5 years coaching college soccer, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. What the hell are you doing?
I studied math. That was like my thing. So now I'm doing actuarial science, which is just
I didn't know that you were smart.
yeah.
I-
I guess I didn't know either until the math classes started coming around, and I felt like that was it for me. But I work remote. Life's good. Work from the apartment.
That's
So-
shit, man. It's so crazy to hear you guys talk like this. Because I bumped into you at the field when you were coaching
Yeah.
maybe a year or two ago. I bumped into Christian last time. It was maybe about 2 years ago, and he was working at some camp or
Yep.
something.
Yep.
I was taking my daughter for a walk. Kevin, I haven't seen in a long time. So it's just crazy to hear you guys talk about apartments and what you've been doing for work for 5 years already.
Yeah, it's been. I've been working for just finished 2 years at this last company. Did 1 year at the company before. It's. I mean, this work life it sucks, but that's life now. Like I guess I wish we were still playing baseball, Little League, traveling to other states, but it's just work now.
When was the last time you guys played baseball?
For me, high school.
That was it?
That was it.
Is that the last time you had a catch?
Didn't we play? Didn't we play at Pine?
We
Like
probably
some
had a little,
pickup?
probably a little pickup game.
We tried to do home run derby at the field
Yeah.
at Lions Park, but they kicked us out.
Yeah.
See, they don't even know anymore.
No.
It's like they don't even remember you guys.
Nah.
We were the legends there.
Yeah.
You guys are legends, and then it just all goes away.
Yeah,
That's
they
it.
just you're out of the memory book.
Listen, it'll be one day that nobody will give a shit about me either. But it's just one of those things. I still go up to say hello to everybody at the hot dog stand, and every once in a while they'll give me a free hot dog. So I still have that in the bank. If I ever go homeless, I know I can get I can get that
you
hot
can
dog
snag
every
a-
once in a while.
You can snag your free hot dog Saturday morning.
That's it. That's everybody having hot dogs and cheeseburgers for breakfast. That's another thing I'd have to get somebody like Kevin to stop doing. If we have a 9 o'clock game or something, and he's telling somebody, "Yo, give me a cheeseburger."
That is true. That
I'm like,
is
bro,
100%
come
true.
on, man.
I think I was eating.
But he
during the
never
game.
had money.
No, yeah,
I was eating during the game for sure, a couple times.
I know.
He never had money. I don't know how he scammed the snack bar, but
The best would be the 3 o'clock games because you would just stay after the game and whatever was left they would just give out for free.
Yeah, you have to stay for when the
That's
garbage
right.
crew comes by, and you can get whatever you want. It's the same thing at pizzerias. If you stay there when they're taking the garbage out, you can get pepperoni rolls all you want.
100%.
But that was it. Christian, how's your sister?
She's doing well. She just got a new job out in Greenwich. She works at a pediatric office right now, so she's getting.
Look, this is Christian and Christina back in 2011.
So cute.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Christina was she was the coolest out of all of you on that bench too. I don't know. I remember like,
She was probably better than Evert
Yeah. Okay.
at one point.
probably at one
Yeah.
point.
Probably.
Yeah, she definitely had a clearer head
Yeah, 100%.
than Everett. I remember times you guys would do like some, not Everett during spring because he wasn't on our team, but if you guys on CYP were doing some weird shit in the dugout, I would sit down next to Christina sometimes and look at her like, what do I do? And she would just say nothing and she would shrug and I know like sometimes she was the only one I can confide in. But that's it. Hey, does any of the guys that you know of are already married, have children? Anybody have children yet?
No.
No.
Nobody?
I'm getting married next year.
Yeah.
Are you you're
Yeah.
you're,
Yeah.
you're,
I'm
you're
getting
engaged?
married in-
Yeah.
I'm getting married in 2025.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Damn. Are you the first of the whole lot?
Yeah.
I want to say yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
I mean, to tell you the truth, I don't talk to that many of the baseball guys. Like, I would say probably Kevin. Talk to Danny a little bit here and there. Christian, obviously. But in terms of like the baseball guys, I can't say that I've still talked to most of them.
I just figured because it's all town kids. You know, it's just a town league, so I just figured that everybody just knew what was going on with kids you went to school with.
But a lot of people move out.
Uh,
A lot of people live in Stanford. People live in Norwalk.
Yeah.
People, a couple of our friends live, they buy houses down south. They moved to Florida. Like, it's, I don't know. They're all over the place.
it's crazy. Things change. They really do.
We're really growing up.
Yeah, you really are. You really are. But like I said, you're catching up to me. I haven't changed, as you can see.
Frank, you look the same.
Okay,
Exactly the same.
So people
Yeah.
sometimes people say, Frank, I think you're a vampire, because eventually one day that's not going to work. You're going to show up one day.
You might have lost your hair.
Oh, my hair is already gone, dude.
It was always gone. It was always
Yeah,
It was always gone. I was
It was
shaved.
always gone.
You should never notice.
Yeah, I would just
You ever
shave
had
it.
his Brooklyn hat on or his Yankee cap on?
Yeah, but I would shave it.
Yeah.
I shaved it because when I got to college, no, when I got out of college, it was probably like 2 years into coaching because I remember the first time I ever missed coaching a game. It was for my college graduation at Manhattanville. I never missed games for anything, and I missed for college. I missed for my wedding. Things like that. But when I got out of college and I started working, the first thing I did was I said, you know what? I think I'm going to grow my hair in. And just, get a tape up or something like that. And just, whatever. I haven't grown my hair in a while. I'm always buzzing it.
Didn't work
Nope.
out.
Nope. I realized a couple of weeks in, this ain't going to work. This is not going to work. And that was that. So, yeah, I guess I've looked the same for a while. But eventually you guys are going to show up and I'm going to look like a raisin. One day you're just going to say, whoa, you see what happened to Coach?
Yeah.
Fucking A, man. Oh, man. So what do you guys think of the studio? You've been asking for this for 15 years. What do you think?
15 years in the making. This is the coolest studio I've ever seen.
Hey, what is that when you walk into the right?
What do you mean?
There's another door.
Oh, all those stores? That's where Anthony makes all of his 10-second songs videos.
Oh, that's cool.
And then beyond there is where our band works out, where my drum sets are. I'll show you guys that when we leave. So, yeah, there's a little bit more in here. We've been here since 2015, which you were already asking about that back then, but you were too young.
Too young, yeah.
I didn't want anybody to find those, say, oh, man, he's corrupting the youth. But now
you already did that in
You're-
2010.
No way. Dude, you see, that's the thing. Christian and Kevin were on my team. You were just kind of like a nuisance for a little while, but then we team up on summer leagues, and that's the one thing. There's some things I love about this. I had somebody ask me, Frank, do you have any dirt or anything on? I don't really have dirt, but there's a couple of things that stand out, especially on that Maryland trip. That's the trip that Kevin, you remember? I think you stayed in his room.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
With Angel Garcia?
With Angel and Danny.
And that's what we saw. We actually got Evert to cry that night because we kept him awake with all of the.
We did.
Kept knocking on.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. Yes, we did.
Yeah, there's
Somebody threw water on somebody too.
no, we
Freaking mad.
they threw water at Angel's face.
The thing is, you guys, we would go and knock on your door,
Yeah,
And
I
when
do
so-
remember that.
when
I
s-
blocked that out for so long.
Because I know, because I remember, because you were always such a like you're like a spitting venom and just whatever, you think you're hot shit and all this shit, and then all of a sudden it comes to this point where it's getting late at night, everybody wants their sleep. It's like, okay, well, this is the only way that we can really get under Everett's skin. Is let's just deprive him of sleep. So we go and knock on the door or call on the phone or something. And then when somebody would come back and knock on our door, as soon as we open up the door, there would be a splash of water to the face. And then finally you came down and you were like pouting. And
Was I?
Oh yeah. It was so great. Yeah. You guys were in the same room, you and Kevin. Everett shows up with Kevin. You guys were stomping down the hallway. It's like, oh, you've had enough.
To be fair, I wasn't crying though.
No, you weren't. I know.
We were.
That's the best thing.
But we were all really upset.
No. Somebody kept saying I have asthma. Who was that?
I don't know.
Who was that? Was that Danny? Or was that Angel?
Well, no, it's because
somebody was smoking cigarettes. And somebody was saying I have asthma, and I'm like, what? I was so confused.
It's because the first time that we opened the door, that they finally opened the door, all we saw was Julian's dad in the corner of the room smoking cigarettes out the window. And the whole time we kept saying, yo, that's illegal. That's illegal. And because there was a connecting door, Danny and Kevin kept putting towels because they were like, I smell the smoke. He has asthma.
Wait, we threw water at somebody. We hit somebody that we were trying to hit you.
I think you hit Julian's mom.
There's definitely a couple of parents smoking cigarettes, disabling the smoke alarms and whatever. But the thing is, when you started cracking about just wanting to go to sleep, you and Kevin came stomping down the hallway. Now you were almost in tears. You were like pouting like a child. Well, you were a child. You were like 12, but Kevin, he was just happy to go along for the ride. Like I can tell, there was tears in your eyes, but Kevin, he was tired too, but I can tell that he just loved the drama.
I think I sat down on like the bed and I was just like, okay, like this is funny.
Yeah, that's it. So that was great.
I've blocked it out for so long.
Yeah, because somebody made fun of Angel's green beater, and then it might have been Matt, and he got really upset.
Hold on a second. Where do I have it? Here is a short clip of our ride.
No.
Here's a short clip of our ride down.
Oh, ride back?
No, the ride down.
Who was in the car?
This was you,
me, Kevin, and Danny.
You, Kevin, and Angel, I think.
An Angel?
I don't know. Listen to this. Here you go.
I know this clip.
Wow, my hair was too long. What was I doing?
What was that? What was that song?
That was Kevin.
That was me for sure.
What was that song? Because I think Kevin suggested it. What was the song that we just played?
I don't know the name off the top of my head.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't.
You had to have. You pulled it up that night.
I think I had my playlist with the iPod.
What's that name of that song?
You can Spotify it on your phone.
You got a kick out of it. You got me to play something other than, because I like playing
You were
my
angry
music.
though that driving us up.
Yeah,
You were speeding.
yeah.
You were
I was
angry.
not speeding. I was not angry.
We thought you were
Yeah,
angry.
we thought something was bothering you.
Yeah.
What? Was that what year was that?
I don't know, but
If it was 2009, then I was probably just really, I don't know. That was a rough summer. I had a breakup.
Oh.
I had a breakup in
maybe that was it.
that spring. But
Yeah.
trips like that were like really awesome for shit like that.
Yeah.
But
Our
I would
ride
never.
back.
I wasn't angry with you guys. Never.
I think our ride back was legendary.
Well, the ride back, I know I didn't have you guys in my car.
I know. Who'd you have?
Nobody.
We drove back with Matt.
You drove back with Matt and you went to Hooters.
You're right.
Yeah, we did.
Right.
That was
That's
the
true.
best ride back ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And the whole time Matt was like, yo, take a picture of that, take a picture. And Kev kept saying, why does Angel have a chub?
That's true story.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I have that picture.
I think you do.
I think I have it on my Instagram.
So people want to know. I've had a couple of people send me some questions. Everybody, listen. If you guys call in, you can call in the second half. You can also send super chats. Quite frankly, superchat.com. Let me know if you have any questions for the guys over here. Any questions for me or whatever. I don't know. Anything you guys have questions for me. We haven't seen each other in a while. That's the big thing about tonight is perspectives. I have a perspective of those years, but you guys were children, and I don't know. I don't know how you guys saw things, and what you picked up on, what you took away. There's people who have some questions here I think you're going to really like, but I don't know. Did you guys bring anything to the studio tonight you wanted to talk about before we just find something else?
Well, I think the biggest thing from like Little League that stuck was having younger coaches, because when you start having dads as coaches, it takes kind of the fun out. You know, you can't really bullshit with the coaches. They're just like they're just there to coach. They're not there to be your friend. And I think the difference was in our years that like you, Matt, even Dan, they were just so chill. You know, we could fuck around with them. We could crack jokes. We could be stupid in the dugout. And I think that that's what stuck the most out of, you know, because we continued playing baseball and middle school, then moving on to high school. And it was just like they were there for the money. You could tell.
It's business at that point.
Yeah, it's just business. It's like half of them were teachers. They just, until we got Eddie. Until we got Eddie at the high school, but it just feels like it's another dad coaching another team, and it wasn't as fun because the funnest part of that is trying to piss off the coaches as much as possible.
Yeah.
You guys wouldn't get so angry. You guys would just laugh with us.
Yeah, especially if you guys were doing decent.
Yeah.
But that's I get you. And I figured as much too. That's why I liked it. And I knew, because I saw other kids that probably were not having weren't having a good, just as good of a time as we were.
No.
But yeah, definitely spoiled on that. What about you, Christian? Anything from these years that you're just like, anything unresolved? Like, I gotta ask about this one thing I was confused on. Anything? Nothing?
Nothing. I don't remember. Kevin, do you remember? Well, one thing that I remember, I think we had a practice, and I think it was 2010, maybe 2011, and Frank, Kevin, he said that the world was gonna end. I think it was 2010. I think it was 2011, and when Frank, I remember Frank saying, "Yeah, the world's not looking good. It might be over after this year." I went home and I panicked. I panicked. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm 10 years old. What is happening?" Frank, do you remember?
I remember around 2010. That was a time around 2010 where every year there was a rapture date. And I didn't believe that the world was going to end, but every year they said, okay, this day, the rapture, it's the end.
Yes.
And then, of course, 2012 was the year that the Mayan calendar was ending. So there was like these consecutive years where everybody thought that doom was coming. Man, I thought I thought we were having some fun. I'm sorry.
And then the movie came out. You should have seen Christian.
Oh, what?
What movie?
The 2012.
The 2012 movie freaked you out?
He was a mess.
I don't think I saw it. I think he's just making that up.
He's the best. Man, I'm sorry.
No. But
how long were you freaked out for? Just a couple of days, I hope.
Just yesterday.
Or are you still in therapy?
no.
Okay. God.
It was just that weekend. I think once a week went by, I was like, I think he was lying.
No, well, you know what? I was interested. I'm always when somebody says, "Hey, listen, the Earth is going to end next week." I'm like, "Okay, well, let's count down to midnight and see what happens." But what we were doing, I remember counting down. I remember coming to the field. It might have been, I don't know, it might not have even been when you guys were playing, but coming to the field after one of those rapture dates and being like, "Yeah," I felt like $1 million because I had waited. What I really do is I wait until midnight New Zealand time because that's. Why is Jesus going to come down in Eastern time? It would just be like when officially the day starts somewhere. It has to be New Zealand out there. So, I would stay up late enough to see when they start. And if we're all still here, then I guess we're fine. So, but some people think that when the Mayan calendar ended, that there was a little bit more of a split in the timeline that we couldn't really detect. And honestly, a lot of things a lot of really bad cultural trends started popping up in this country around 2012, and that was like the rise of started when we started with the whole ISIS thing, and we started getting a lot of craziness in the streets in places like Florida and then Missouri and everything like that. It was a big re-election year and all that. So maybe it happened. Maybe it happened. We just don't know.
Yeah, we probably missed it.
Was your sister scared? I hope it was just you I scared.
I think Christina was fine.
Okay.
Christina's stronger than I am, so we'll just yeah.
Oh man, those are some early. That's it.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing this full time yet in 2010. I was still doing a lot of personal training.
Right.
Julian Martin.
Yeah, Julian
number
Martin.
one client.
Yep.
Yo,
Carlos Munoz. Yeah.
Carlos and Julian, they slimmed out and got strong.
They did.
They did. But after that, I don't know that their life is their own. I heard Carlos is doing. I think he's married and everything else.
Yeah. He's married. I think he's like a pastor now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That his mother was telling me. He goes to some. I think the church down on all the way down on King Street or something like that. But anyway, that's pretty. Kevin, what about you? What do you have kicking around in your head as far as anything that just?
Nah.
No, you just take life as it comes.
Yeah, it's kind of same old.
Okay.
Same old me.
Are you famous in any way? Do you have any children?
No, nothing.
No?
No children. Thank God.
Did anybody ever tell you guys how babies are made yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
So you got that covered.
I have to leave at 7:45. So if people
Get the hell out of here. You for real?
If people have questions, they gotta ask.
Oh man, you
I
really
have
gotta,
work though. I have work. It's serious.
But dude, I had you guys on the schedule for what? At least a month?
Are you even surprised?
Probably a little more.
No,
have work.
I'm not surprised.
Are you even surprised?
I'm not surprised.
I'm a fan favorite though.
I mean, you can't be a fan favorite if you're only here for 30 minutes. So what do we do? I have a I mean, we can watch this video because
Yeah.
Kevin's in it. All right,
Yeah.
let's watch it.
Let's
Here we
watch it.
go.
This is the CYP championship.
I still don't know what year this
This
was.
is 2010.
Wait, I played 2 years for CYP.
Yes.
Yeah.
2010.
10 and 11.
11. What did we do
11, we were
He
eliminated
lost to Super.
by Evert's team.
in the final?
Yeah, he caught the last out actually.
Okay.
I remember that.
I did?
Yeah, you caught the last out. It was a lazy line drive to first base.
Nice.
What was the score?
I don't know.
Okay.
You have the book?
No. Hey, you'd think I would remember if I remember that, but last outs, they kind of stick with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I was just like, damn it, because we were a better team that time.
I don't know about that.
We were. Like I said before, we had that kid Chris Girardi, who couldn't.
Yeah.
Seriously,
He was strong.
the first year he couldn't swing a bat. The second year he shows up,
He
hits
locks in.
11 line drive home runs. He's hitting like I don't know what the hell's going on.
He was really strong.
I don't know what happened to him the second year. It was crazy.
Julian and Danny were hitting home runs. That was
Yeah.
a pretty good lineup.
Yeah. And then of course I told you Chris Girardi's father represented me in court a few years later.
Kevin hasn't heard the story.
Oh, but he's gonna leave in 10 minutes. See, he's missing out the whole night.
Yeah, man.
You want to hear the court
Too.
story, Kevin, or do you want to see the video?
Court stories is better.
Okay, the court story is this.
Buckle up.
About 4 or 5 years after you guys moved on from the league, I was at a friend's house. It was a Halloween party in New Rochelle.
Okay.
Okay, they had a fire pit and everything. It was a wonderful night. And I'm driving home. It's about 11:30, 11:45. I just wanted to call it a night that time, and I was all alone in the car. I said, "Damn." I was driving like the long way home. I was on Post Road, and I said, "I've got to piss bad." Okay, I was sober. Let me just say that I was sober, but I had to piss, and I knew I wasn't making it back home. So I'm driving through some part of New Rochelle, whatever the hell it was. I saw Salesian High School come up on my right,
Okay.
and I said, "You know what? I'm pulling into Salesian High School, and I'm going to discreetly find a tree and take a leak." So I pulled into Salesian High School. Not a soul around me. I said, "Fine, this is good." Discreetly go and find myself a tree, and I start doing my thing. Instant relief until I feel a spotlight. I see a spotlight just
Surrounded.
splash upon me.
SWAT team.
That's it. And it is a cop that was just chilling
Wow.
inside of this thing. Now, he gave me a citation for public urination. So I had to go to court about, I don't know, maybe about 3 weeks later or something like that. And Chris Girardi's father was a public defender, and he was just hanging out in there. He said, "Frank, what are you doing here?" I said, "Oh, hey, public urination." So I said, "Listen, it's just a crazy thing." He said, "Listen here, follow me." And he represented me, and he got it pled down to something like only like $25.
Wow.
And
Legend.
yeah, it was great.
Legend.
I didn't know that about him. About his dad.
No, he was a very gracious guy.
That's awesome.
He was. Okay, so here's 2010. Here is Anthony made this cut a long time ago, and I think you're gonna like it. Hold on, boom, and there's Ronnie. There's Christian.
That's me. Wow.
All right, so I'm on my way to this playoff game, Frank's team, CYP, and we're going to see if Frank takes the championship today, since apparently his team has 2 chances to win.
Well, we're here supporting you, Frank. I brought people from Harrison in. I was going to bring champagne to pour over your head. You go, Frank. Go CYP.
What do you think?
What do I think?
That's my mom.
I think they better win tonight. Get it over with.
Get it over with.
1-0 police.
Oh no.
That first run was all nerves. Now we gotta buckle down.
Damn police. Up by 1, guys. What's gonna happen? I don't know.
That was a little bit of a rivalry.
Yeah, it was. It was. Thankfully, I liked Matt, because if I hated the coach, then it would be so much worse.
But you got in with the other coach.
All right, we're in the bottom of the 3rd, and it's still 1-1. CYP is coming up to bat again. We'll see if they can take the lead. Bottom of the 4th, still tied. The score is still 1-1, but I think Ronnie's up, so he'll get a 2-run home run right here.
Oh no.
Right up the middle. Right up the middle.
That's Danny.
That's Danny running. How do you know, bro?
Wow. The helmet and gloves.
And then Julian, I think, knocks another one in. There goes Ronnie. It's 3-1.
Look how big Ronnie was.
Dude,
Massive.
that kid was like 17 years old.
That's why you'll see at the end, I ask him his age. I say, you sure?
Just hold it down.
Hey, this is my dad.
Next inning, and that'll be good. Frank wins. Portchester royalty. Frank becomes Portchester royalty. I think Sal Kabibo is going to win this.
Oh my gosh, Sal Kabibo.
Sal was the man. That kid was great.
All right, so basically it's now 3-2. I think they're taking out Sal Kabibo. I don't know.
Yeah, and Sal went behind the dish, and he throws out the last out.
I think they're huddling up again. Let's see what happens.
Where's Big Sloppy?
I don't even know.
Okay.
The side is retired.
This is exactly the game I did not want to play. I wanted it to be a blowout. I wanted no stress. I wanted to be able to just go home. So now we have to try to tack some runs on, bringing in Ronnie to get the last 3 outs. See what happens.
Well, they're putting in Ronnie, so we'll see how good he does today.
Now,
he could really.
Ronnie still he could. I wanted to get his arm back so bad. There's Christina, and there's Slappy in the back. Kevin in the back.
Ronnie's my hero.
Ronnie's everyone's hero this summer.
I couldn't watch his delivery. You see, I could never get his arm back.
But he threw fast.
Very fast. He could have killed people if he just.
2 outs. 1 more strike.
Here it goes. In the dirt, and Sal guns him down. Now here to watch.
You are a legend.
I love it.
Look at Danny.
Is that Micah?
Yeah, it's Micah.
Micah?
Micah Taylor, yeah. And Colby.
How the fuck do you remember?
Great memory.
What is that effect?
Look at my mom. I missed it. There's Josie.
Yeah.
Frank's officially Portchester royalty.
Patience and push them to do their best. That's the difference between that win and the other. That's my baby. Yes.
That's all. Thanks, Mom.
Great coach. That's right.
I just make the lineups. They're fantastic kids.
You know, that's the other thing about this. At the end, whatchamacall, you'll see.
Julian.
There,
Julian looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Look at him.
That's it. There's Kevin again, right up front.
With the Eagles hat.
He didn't even have his hat.
He definitely deserved it.
What do you think? They just won.
Good for Frank. Now at least he has a key to the port chest.
You're gonna be saying, hey, so you know who I saw? You'll never guess who I just saw at the Home Depot. Frank Valbiro. No. No. The head coach of CYP. Yeah. What was he like? I mean, he was actually a really nice guy.
State your name for the camera.
Ronnie.
It's Ronnie. Ronnie, how old are you?
I'm 12.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, Christian, what do you think? What do you think?
I don't know.
Dan, what do you think? Anything you gotta say? What about Sal? Sal's the big kid here.
Danny, man.
That's Sal. This
Sal
is
looks
CYP
exactly the
2010,
same.
guys.
Wow, that's
Sal
awesome.
looks exactly the same.
Yeah, man. That's a lot. That's a
2010. 2010 or 2011?
that was 2010.
Wow. I need that video, Frank.
15 years in the making.
Yeah, I'll get you that video.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Yeah, everybody should keep it. Keep it at this point.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. And now Kevin has to leave.
So wait, you couldn't get the "Look at Me Now" cover?
Okay, listen. Here's what I got for you.
That's
was
what we
awesome.
were really looking forward to.
Okay, here's what I got for you. My brother said, with the "Look at Me Now" video that you guys really teased me about for so long, and I don't know. It's one of those things. I think that I was prepared for the birth of my daughter because I coached so many kids like you.
Yeah.
Because I didn't understand why you laughed so much at it. I thought it actually was
It's impressive.
Anyway, Anthony, I said, listen, I need the video. I have to show the guys tonight. They want to see Look at Me Now. And he pretty much told me that, listen, there was a lot of naughty rap language on it, and that's the last thing he needed. So what I did is I went and I found the audio track, and I listened to it, and I determined that between the 1 minute mark and about 1:16 mark is the worst of it. So if I just go around that, we can listen to it.
You know what it was? It was just the chorus.
Yeah.
It was just the chorus,
Just
like
look
the
at-
rock. Yeah,
I think we found it on Facebook too. Like
we found it.
back
I
then.
think we found it on either Facebook or YouTube.
Yeah.
And that video, we would just replay and replay. It's just the chorus.
Kevin, you really have to leave?
I could say 15 more minutes.
15 more. See, he said he had to leave at
Yeah, bro,
7:45, and now he
I
just
want to hear the questions. You said you'd pick
Okay,
my questions.
fine. Let's go. Let's do the questions then.
How many people are actually like watching?
Well,
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know. At the end of it, there will be. After this is live, the live recording. There's usually a few thousand that are out there for the live recording.
Nah.
Yeah, but then after a while, after all of the people who are listening on audio and people who come back and watch the video reruns, there's anywhere between 10 and 15,000 people who are always listening, and then it's always growing.
That's awesome.
So,
Wow.
hopefully one day, I mean, not hopefully, but one day, it will be millions. That's the way it has to be, guys.
Yeah.
And then I have to hire you guys as engineers. See, because you're good at math. You have to figure something out for me.
Yeah, and then you can use this one as keep this as an example for one of the best shows ever.
This was the beginning of the turnaround.
But have you seen a boom in your show because of like the podcast era? Is like kind of like that's like a big thing now.
You know what it is? I actually think that is dwindling a little bit.
Really?
I think that the height of it, I mean,
It got hot. It got really hot.
Especially when people are locked down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When people were locked down in 2020, 2021, a good portion of all of that, podcasts were just what people really threw themselves into. And now that people are getting out a little bit more, it's just, I think they trimmed the fat a little bit. But I'm blessed with a very, very strong core audience, and there's always new things going on, and we got a lot of variety with the show. So there's Christian. What do you do, by the way?
Actually, just finally, right after
After 12 long years.
No. So I took my time with college. I took a gap year and so on and so forth. This past weekend, I graduated from SUNY Cortland with an elementary education degree. So
nice.
Yeah. So I'm very thrilled about that. So now the next step is to look for jobs, and
the next step is to teach children to have complete distrust and disdain in government.
Mm-hmm.
If you can impart onto children to loathe big government, then you will have done something very good for them. Teach them Teach them how bad government is.
I will.
And you will have saved lives. Okay, well that's great. Good for you.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank
That's
you.
all. Hopefully we'll get to have a catch sometime soon.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see. Let's see what questions have
Do you
come
have a question from Matt?
for Matt.
Yeah.
You still
From Matt? Well, Matt hasn't called yet. I'm waiting. I told Matt, listen, whenever you call, text me first so I can be on the lookout for your number. I haven't put the number public yet, though, but I'm sure we can get somebody in. Let's see here. Revolution says, Frank, one of your players just said he's an actuarial scientist. This usually means working for an insurance company, but regardless, what does he see in... You really want to bring this up? What does he see in... are you working in insurance?
No.
Okay, so
No,
then,
I'm not working in insurance.
Okay, so there you have. Are you like compiling data for like what?
It's more like retirement purposes. So
All right. So he's asking you about mortality rates and everything else. No, that wouldn't be you.
Yeah, it would be, but I don't know much about. I just try to get by with knowing as little as possible.
Okay.
So
all right, because he's asking about a certain bioweapon. That had, okay,
no.
never mind.
No.
Well, thank you so much, Rev. Remember, they're just kids. Okay, let's see. Johnny says, question for all four of you. Who is your favorite Yankees player of all time, assuming that they're either Yankees or Mets fans? Great show tonight. Weren't you like a Red Sox fan?
No.
Didn't you try
he was an Eagles fan.
I'm an Eagles fan. That was the issue with you. I was an
Eagles. We're talking about baseball. There's no Eagles.
Exactly.
I'm a Yankee fan, though.
You were a Yankee fan?
Yeah.
All right, so who's your favorite player?
It's a good
Without thinking, who's the first person to come to mind?
Matsui.
You know what?
Nice.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. He actually has a P.O. box at the UPS store.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't bumped into him yet, but everybody says, hey, you just missed Matsui.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, here?
Oh, yeah, he's around here.
I would assume Greenwich.
Just around this area, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
It's either...
I've never seen him.
Me neither. Okay. What about you guys?
You know what's crazy? I was gonna say Matsui too.
Really?
But yeah, Matsui got the Godzilla,
Shocker.
man. I mean, I don't want to say Jeter because I think that's everyone's answer.
Don't say mine.
I won't.
It's okay if you guys have all the same one.
Nah,
but
but-
Matsui's a good pick.
Matsui's a great pick. But I also was a big fan of Melky Cabrera.
Melky.
Melky Cabrera.
Yeah, he was a troublemaker.
Yeah, he was.
He was a troublemaker, man. Yes,
But
he was.
He was one of my guys.
Yeah,
when growing
that's one of those guys you want to go out and drink with.
That's fine.
Did you guys all drink now, huh?
Yeah. Kevin thought we were gonna get drunk on the show. but-
Why would you have thought that if you have to go to work?
Because what? Yeah.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, so he doesn't actually have work.
All the podcasts, people drink.
Yeah. Some people do.
Unless you're like sponsored by Celsius.
No. I don't care. No. I'm one of those people that just say, hey, listen, let's have a drink after the fact. I don't like people getting all sloshed for a conversation because then they just sound like retards. But what about you? Who's your Yankee?
Mine has to be CC.
CC Sabathia.
Yeah.
These are good ones.
Yeah.
All right. These are good ones. Not bad.
Great one.
I don't know. You know me. I think it was Mariano.
Yeah.
But you know that's a guy because he's just been in such huge positions there. Mariano, but Paul O'Neill he left a big impression, man. I loved them all. The '90s Yankees, those were my Yankees.
We met Mariano at Topgolf. He was there when we were practicing.
Topgolf.
Topgolf. I mean,
Pro swing.
Pro swing. My bad.
Yeah.
You guys play golf?
I just started playing.
Damn, you're old now.
Yeah,
It's so much fun.
It's a blast.
It's just. I mean, the best part of it is just getting outside and drinking.
Let me tell you. Well, let me ask you something. If you guys having that baseball swing your whole life, I always wonder
It
about
fucks
this.
you up.
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
sure.
It
It's
does.
different.
Everybody who has been playing golf will tell you from your first swing you have a baseball swing. You have a baseball swing. From the second you get in your stance, you have a baseball swing.
So if we're going to go to the park and have a home run derby right now, you'd probably be screwed up from golf. Or do you think the
don't know.
baseball would come back second nature?
I think baseball would come back second nature.
Okay. All right, well then there's that. Let me thank you, Johnny. Rev says a big old Franciscan happy birthday shout out to our lovely, awesome AZ representing friend Rosie. Also a very belated birthday shout out to AK way back on May 10th. Poor AK didn't get a proper acknowledgement at the time. Well, happy birthday to both of you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, guys.
Yeah.
Here's one for you guys from, let's see, where is this? This is from Katie in Texas. Says, best memories of Little League and Coach Frank. Did Frank do anything that annoyed you? I know. How could I be annoying?
No.
Other than make me cry, then.
Yeah, but that you had it coming.
Yeah. Honestly, my favorite memory of Little League was the trip. Just
Rehoboth or Maryland?
Maryland.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember Rehoboth.
I don't think we did that. I only remember one trip.
We did Maryland and Massachusetts.
I don't know which.
I think we just did Massachusetts.
Oh, you know what? Maryland was the Cal Ripken. The Cal Ripken thing. That was 2009.
We didn't do that.
Did we do that?
That was 2009.
No, we weren't playing yet.
That was just before you guys. That was like, the Danny Wilson, Sean Constantino group.
Okay.
It's a crazy thing. If you want to talk about people growing up. So Sean Constantino is my buddy Cos's younger brother.
Okay.
And in 2017, Cos got married, and Sean was there. He was already 20-something years old, whatever the hell it was. And he's my buddy's best man. We got back from dinner or something. We're at this house, this Airbnb we got in the middle of Saratoga. It was really, really awesome time. So everybody said, "Hey, yo, let's go outside," and somebody sparked a joint, and they and it started getting around, and this was the most fucked up thing that happened. Got to Sean, and he took a hit, and he came up to me. He held out his hand with the joint in his hand. He said, "Here, coach." Wow. I said, "Fuck you, get out of here." I said, "Get out of here." I said, "Get the hell out." They just ruined my whole night. Wow. What the hell? That was just
damn
messed up. It's like some kind of a television moment or whatever. Oh God, man, I get, it's just one of those things where you just get slapped in the face by time. You see it go by. Wow. Anyway, you guys are closer to 30 than you are 20 right now. Yeah. Think about that.
It's crazy. Hate this.
It's crazy.
Dude, I'm going to be 40 next year.
Really?
Yeah, I'm 39.
It's crazy. I'm
going to be 40. My first practice was the day before my 21st birthday. That was my first practice. So all those years, 2009, 10, whatever, that's just, damn, we're all babies.
Do you actually, I just had a crazy memory. Do you remember when Rocco's dad walked in front of the pitching machine?
Yes.
That just came to my head. I don't know why.
We were doing batting practice, and Rocco, what was his last name? Latella.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so
his dad was great.
Rocco Latella.
Legend. He
goes and I said, "Listen, Rocco, can you go and take 3 kids at a time in the cage
with the
and put on the machine for them?" While I was doing tee work and we were doing pitching and catching on another part of the field, so we were just doing our sections and stuff, just working small squads. And Rocco goes into the cage, and so and so stopped with their swings, and he said, "All right, everybody, help me clean up," not knowing that last ball is always delayed.
Even if you turn it off, there's one more.
You turn off that machine, it always gives you one more ball. You have to wait for that thing to be quiet. He went right in front. He went in front of the machine. He bent over to grab a ball. As soon as he came up, this mechanical arm with one of those hard rubber jugs balls slaps him in the nose, bro.
There's blood everywhere.
Even if he had it set for like 40 miles an hour, it was point blank. It was just blood was cascading down his face.
Yeah. Did he break his nose?
Of course.
He said he was fine. He kept saying, "I'm fine."
I know. He said he's fine. Dude, he stuffed gauze up his nose and he stayed for the game. Yeah. I don't know how he did it.
That was crazy.
It was crazy. He showed up the next day, 2 black eyes, but he was a trooper.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Rocco was a good guy. But that's what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying about the young guys who don't have kids, who are just coaching because they want to coach.
Yeah.
But there were some awesome parents along the way.
Yeah.
Really awesome parents.
He was a legend.
Yeah. Let's see here. NJSF says, was there any lessons from Little League that made the biggest impact on who you are today as a person? Is anything that you think a mentality, a lesson learned, anything you think about, or is that all just a blur to you guys?
I would say it's a blur. I don't think there's nothing I can remember where like a life lesson. It was just fun.
It was just happy core memories.
Yeah, it was honestly it was just a lot of fun. Like I mean, you don't like losing, but other than that, like if you have being on a team that did win, you know, more games than they lost, it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah. What about you, Christian? Anything?
I mean, I nitpick at, so as an education major, I nitpick at, you know, who I grew up with, and for example, like yourself, you are still an awesome guy, and you know, throughout our little league years together, I've seen not only positive and, you know, good vibes come out from you. You know, you showed us, you led by example, and you know, that's one thing I will always remember. You know, and now, you know, moving forward on becoming an educator, I want to show that as well. Not only, you know, being a positive role model, but, you know, being effective in the most positive way I can be, you know. So I really do appreciate it, and I love the fact that, you know, we all three of us we're still intact in a way.
Yeah.
So also I want to say thank you for that, for having us still, you know, it's been 15 years. Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of people that we've met throughout our lives that we don't even see or talk to anymore.
Or you don't remember.
That too.
Just like,
but you know, we're still intact. We're still, and it's crazy, and that's all love, you know.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that for sure.
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah.
And that's really it's the little things. I think that's really what all comes down to. And I knew that those little moments, that's really the biggest. The little moments are the biggest parts of life. You know, there are big things that you always remember. Yeah. I always think about it of like, you know, if life were a big glass mason jar, you can put maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 big stones in there. But there's and you know, those are like the huge life moments. You get married, you have a child, you do some major accomplishment, you publish a book, things that are just like big moments in life. But the massive amount of space in between the big moments is really what fills up the mason jar. And that's the smaller little pebbles, that's the grains of sand. Those are those little tiny instances, the little inside jokes, the things that happen on a baseball field or off a baseball field. Those are the things that that's the real essence of life. You know, you can't, you know, sometimes if you just concentrate on the big stuff, you really miss all the other stuff that you get triggered by along the way. That's nutty, you know. And look at it, you know. Everett went to go coach. Christian, I know you were last time I saw you, you were working with children at a summer camp. You know, Kevin, he's been trafficking people at the southern border, and there's just
that's how he gets them on his team.
That's where he goes to recruit.
That's where he goes to recruit.
100%.
But no, even to that point, you're coaching.
Yeah.
You're coaching youth. I mean, they may be in high school, college, whatever, but that's younger than you are now.
So is Danny. Yeah.
Oh, Danny's doing that?
He's a gym teacher too.
Oh shit! Around here?
Yeah, in Portchester.
Yeah, in Portchester.
Wow.
He works with my fiance's sister, so I hear his name come up a lot.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
They're always like, you know Danny? Your boy Danny. And I was like, yes, I know Danny.
Yeah, I know Danny too. Danny was one of those kids where, you know, I know he never really like let on how mischievous he is. I just always knew, like, Danny he always had that sly smile, and I knew that, okay, well, he's not opening up to me. You know, he just, you know, he does what, you know, he takes instruction good. He was very easy to coach. He was a great player and all that. But I knew, you know, just by the way he like gave people looks. So like this kid's a champ.
He's up to no good.
He's up to no good. Maybe we could bring him on next time.
Absolutely.
Oh, let me see. All right. Well, listen, it's 8:04.
I know. I gotta go.
Are you late?
No, I'll make it in time.
How long? When do you have to be there?
The game starts at 8:20.
8:20, and where is it? How long away? How far away?
Saxon Woods. 12 minutes. I already looked at my waist.
All right. I was just gonna say. I can. We have this song, but I was gonna save it for after break. But
Save it for break. Go break, and I can watch it after.
Yeah, but dude, you have to be there in 20 minutes. See, this is why you're late everywhere. Now you're gonna be late to the next place.
That is true.
Are you the head coach?
No. I'm just watching.
Then fuck. What are you doing here? You're gonna watch a game?
I have to scout.
Dude, how long does the game usually last for?
90 minutes.
2 hours. Yeah.
90 minutes. It starts at 8:20.
Yeah.
You gotta be there for the whole. Dude, you gotta stay here.
He can stay for the second half.
You can
watch the second half.
You can stay.
You know how that is. You have to watch the whole game.
You can just watch the second half.
What you do in the first inning is important.
If there's anybody worth scouting in that game that is playing in the first 15 minutes, they'll be playing in the last 15 minutes. You're not going to miss them. Just stay here for a couple of minutes.
I'll stay for 1 more minute.
How's that going to get us? How's that going to get us past intermission and then listen to this song?
It's not.
All right, hold on.
We have to listen to the song.
All right, let's go on to intermission. We'll be right back in a minute and a half. Wherever you are, don't go anywhere.
Don't go.
Share, like, comment, and we will be right back. Also, if you want to ask questions, quite frankly, superchat.com, or there's the Rumble Rants, there's the gold pills on quitefrankly.tv. Don't go anywhere. It'll continue to be fun. All right, here we go.
It's intermission time, folks. Time out to press the like button. Thank you.
Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Duck season.
Welcome to intermission. Intermission.
You are now entering, quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Watch Quite Frankly and stuff.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly. All my fellow Franciscans.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly. Quite frankly. We'll be in the gulag with you, Frank.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Yo, what's good, Frank? Quite frankly.
Quite frankly podcast.
I want to get a Coke. Can I get a Coke?
So everybody watch, Quite Frankly, with Frank.
Quite frankly.
How dare you?
You guys listen to any good music?
Listen to a lot of Spanish.
What's good music to you? I mean,
well, this is Guns N' Roses.
I think if you heard of what we listen to now, you'd think it's just garbage.
Yeah, but wait a second. Have you ever listened to Guns N' Roses?
yes.
Barely.
Yes, I'm familiar with it, but just...
I know who they are, but very barely.
Did you guys ever see Terminator 2?
No.
No!
No.
Guys, this is the problem.
I know. This is the I know it's a big problem because literally last night at like 2 a.m, we were on with my boys, just on like a Discord call, and we were going over the top 250 movies on IMDb.
Guys,
and I hadn't seen many of them. Like I need to watch the Lord of the Rings series.
I'm not a big movie guy.
Listen. Dude, you've never seen Terminator 1 or 2?
No.
See, this is the problem with your generation. This is actually a generational thing.
Yeah, it's an issue.
We, millennials, we were watching shit 30, 40, 50 years old. We were going back through all the classics. there is so little interest in the classics with kids your age.
There's so little interest.
So there's very little interest. Like all the references that we had jam packed into even the cartoons that we were listening to, or watching when we came back home from school. Like the cartoons we watched after school were jam packed full of, golden age of Hollywood references and stuff like that. Like they made sure that we understood who the big deals are. And if you've noticed, everybody, Kevin left. He had to go.
Are we back on?
Yeah, we're on.
Oh, we're live. Holy shit.
Yeah. So
the only reference I know is that you're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah. Okay. So then you saw. Did you see The Sandlot?
Of course.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Those are great movies.
Of course.
All right. Have you seen Angels in the Outfield?
Of course.
Did you see
one of my favorites?
Little Big League?
No.
You guys got to watch Little Big League. What about Rookie of the Year?
No.
You got to watch Rookie of the Year and Little Big League.
You're gonna be real disappointed.
What about Little Giants? With Rick Moranis.
I don't think so.
You got to watch Little Giants.
Nah.
Guys,
I'm telling you, you're gonna be real disappointed.
So, like, what's your favorite movie, Christian? Do you have one?
I'm not really a movie guy.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
Dark Knight.
Dark.
That's my favorite movie of all time.
It's a good movie, but
and The Dark Knight Rises, best 2 movies to ever be filmed.
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that some people are out there are like, we got to make them a movie list right now.
Bro, I know. I told you I was on the IMDb list, just looking at movies that I need to watch. I need to watch the Lord of the Rings series.
Yeah, you do. I just showed my 3-year-old. She asks for Lord of the Rings all the time now, and we've been watching the extended editions.
3-year-old.
My 3-year-old.
Wow.
Because one day she was coming down from a nap, and I was, I put it on. I said, I haven't watched Lord of the Rings in a long time, so I put it on. She came down, and she's like, "What's this?" And she sat next to me, and I'm like, "I'm gonna have to turn this off because the orcs and everything else."
She doesn't get scared?
No. She saw the orcs and she's like, "Who are they?" So the first thing I did was I went on YouTube and I pulled up a video of the makeup artist doing the orcs faces.
Yeah.
I said, "Those are people in costumes. Take a look at how they do it." So immediately she starts, seeing, okay, those are people. It's just costumes, but it didn't bother her. Then she started asking Lord of the Rings. Every time she woke up from a nap, she wanted to watch Lord of the Rings. Now we've watched all 3 extended editions 2 times over. She keeps asking for it. You got to watch it. You got to read it.
There's only 3? No, I'm not much of a reader.
That's another problem we have. But that's everybody.
Yeah.
No, very few people want to read these days.
I tried to get into it.
Hey, sometimes you just got to find something that you really want to know.
That's what everybody says.
But what about comic books? You ever read a good graphic novel?
No.
No? Even the pretty colors don't do it?
Our generation is fucked.
What about a pop-up book?
No.
Something like that?
No.
Old MacDonald had a farm?
No. It's got to be moving pictures.
Oh, God. Listen, that honestly, it's not just your generation. It's just everybody's steeped in the same technology. Everybody has had their pace, their consumption rate just jacked through the roof. Everything that is just it's coming at you a mile a minute.
Too much TikTok.
A lot. I know. Well, when most of your media time is reels and shorts.
That's it. Short form content.
It's just like, if this is longer than 2 minutes, you got to hook me quick. And here I am. I have a 2-hour show a night. So I know that I have to tailor certain things for whatever. Anyway, what do I have here? Okay, here's what you wanted to hear.
Here's what we wanted to hear.
This is just the audio. Who was the original?
Chris Brown.
It was Chris Brown?
Chris Brown, yes.
Chris Brown and
Busta Rhymes?
Busta Rhymes.
Okay, so I have a note for myself from the opening to the 1 minute mark, and then I have to skip about 20 seconds.
We don't even have to play the whole song. Just play the beginning. Just play the main hook.
Hold on. Okay, what did you follow? Did you see, you're already laughing.
If Kevin was here, we'd be on the floor dying.
I can't believe he left.
He's fucking ridiculous.
I can't believe he left. Now, wait a second. Remind me, did you guys just find this?
Yes, we found it. We somehow stumbled upon the track. I mean, the video, like the live video of you guys.
In the studio.
In the studio, yes.
In the studio. And we just stumbled upon it. and it was just downhill from there.
I know. I mean, I just played 2 seconds and you're laughing.
It's
like
classic.
It's not funny. All right, here. Listen. Wait, where is it? Wait.
Yellow Lamborghini.
Yellow top missing. Yeah. That shit look like a toupee. I get what you get in 10 years.
In 2 days.
Ladies love me. I'm on my cool J. If you get what I get, what would you say? She whacks it all right.
I can't believe you missed it.
I know. Here it is.
Look at me now. Look at me now. I'm getting paper. Look at me now. Look at me now.
This is the best part.
Nope. Okay, now that's where we have to skip ahead.
That's totally fine. That's perfect. That's all I needed to hear.
But listen to this. Listen. Oh, no. No, that was horrible.
That's the
Frank.
best part.
Wait a second. You got the best part there.
Wait, who's lead singing that song?
That's my brother.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Now, this is toward the end. I gotta say, I still love what we did with this. I still think it's heavy as piss. But take a listen here. We're like a minute and something else down the line. Here we go.
Minute in the press, you really wanna know what's next. Go! See the way beyond what we yell up in the race. You know we gotta go to try to keep up with the pace. So we're struggling and hustling and sitting and again and always gotta do it to get to another place. Taste it, and I gotta grab it, and I gotta cut through all this traffic. Just to be at the top of the throne, but I know I gotta have it. Look at me now. Look at me now. Yeah, I'm getting paper. Look at me now. Look at me now. The rest of that motherfucker. Look at me.
The ending. Here comes the ending.
I'm getting paper. Look at me now. Look at me now. Fresher than a motherfucker. Yeah, fresher than a
That's fucking badass, bro.
No, it's clean. It's clean.
I love that ending.
It's a good song. It's a good cover. It's just the memories of the guys.
I think they were just clowning on it.
Yeah, we were just clowning. That's what it is. That's all it is. It was just us clowning. Like our coach is singing. That's what his joke was. Our coach is singing.
I didn't sing. I didn't sing in that.
No, you played the drums.
I was a drummer.
Yeah, but we just thought you guys all sang.
Oh,
like,
no,
it was
no.
But also one thing that I an unanswered question, I guess, from back in the day was, your brother was always like a mysterious figure.
Yeah, he is.
Like we never knew if you really had a brother, who he was. Like,
well, you guys,
it was always a mystery. Like who is his brother? What does he do?
I just don't think he knew.
He didn't know. He didn't do any. Anthony didn't blow up until March of 2014. So during this time, around 2000, I don't even know when the hell this was. This might have been 9, 10, 11, somewhere around there. But around this time, Anthony was like a loader at Home Depot. And in between shifts, he was coming back to the studio, and he was writing cover songs, and he started an account on Fiverr. And eventually, that was a pretty lucrative business for him, where he was writing jingles for businesses and shit like that, and he was just doing things. And eventually in 2014, the advertisement, like when he did Dark Horse and 20 Styles in 2014,
I think I saw that.
Yeah,
I think I saw that clip.
He did that as an advertisement for his business to show that he can take a song and do it in different styles, and you can apply this to whatever your business is. But the advertisement went viral, and then he just started doing the multi-style songs, and it just evolved from there. So he was pretty mysterious until 2014, even with you guys, because where was he? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That was always, I guess for us, it was like
a mystery.
A mystery.
Yeah.
Who the hell is His brother.
Who the hell is he?
Who's that guy with long hair? 'Cause Frank is bald.
Yeah. How the hell did this happen? What's going on here? Anthony worked very hard for that hair. All right, let me see. I got some super chats in here. Ginster says, hey there, my Norwalk neighbor. I'm on East Avenue, and I love it, says Ginster. Hello, Ginster. Well, I'm not in Norwalk, but I know where it is. 925 Wild
Everett's in Norwalk.
Everton? Oh.
That's his neighbor.
That's your neighbor?
No.
What is? Who is it?
I don't know. I don't know where East Avenue is.
Okay. All right. So then you go 925 Wild G says awesomeness. This is better than expected. Well, yeah. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
We should just listen to the cover in the background
over and over.
Show.
That's it. Oh, well, let me see what else I have over here. Jay Britt says, what a fun show tonight. I have looked forward to this since you teased it a while ago. I'll bet these young men make you proud. Of course they do. Of course they do. I mean, there's probably plenty out there that are, I don't know. Who knows what kind of trouble people are getting into. But you guys turned out pretty good. Let's see. Witchy Poo says, happy anniversary. Thank you so much, Witchy. Sean Joe, thank you. Witchy again says, I hope they roast you hard tonight. Well, I mean, we're trying. The easiest one to roast just left.
Yeah. He's
I don't know.
What? He's just, I don't know what his, I still don't have him figured out. After all these years of knowing him, I still don't have him figured out. It starts with him being late. It starts with him leaving early. But I don't know what he's up to. Like, I have no idea. I've been texting him multiple times about tonight and all these things. He doesn't answer. He just doesn't answer me. And then 10 minutes at like 6:15, he goes, yo. Just yo. And I go, yo, what's up? No answer. And then I text him, yo, where are you at? We're 5 minutes into the show.
He's mysterious.
I don't know, but I don't know why.
I don't know.
I don't know what he's up to. I literally don't know what he's up to other than whatever he posts.
Well, we're gonna have to stay on top of him now. This will be fun. We'll really unlock. We have to unlock Kevin one night and see what's going on. And
man.
Can you imagine one night he's on and we get so deep with the conversation that we actually find out the root of what makes him late and what's all going on, and it's just like there's a huge intervention moment where he just sees the light and all of a sudden he's a totally different person.
Or it could be nothing.
Yeah,
right.
I'm going with nothing.
It could be. We might just be complicating this too much.
It could be just a whole lot of nothing.
Because what's his motivation as a 12-year-old? He did the same thing then.
Exactly.
It's just
exactly.
I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Witchy Poo. Again, it says cookie fight for anniversary couple. Thank you, Sean Joe, and I'm loving the banter, says Witchy. CB Joey, thank you. Cave Toad says, here's some shekels for the vacation, Frank. I'm loving the chatter and fun relaxing on a Friday. Witchy Poo sends a fleet, says Cave Toad, let's go. Man, I'm getting doused in love over here. Thank you. Great show, says NX17. Thank you, C Blanche. Just Jesse. Witchy again. Secret Weapon says, thank you, Frank. CB Joey says, wow, that must have brought tears to your eyes, Frank. What a great job, dude.
Your speech.
Oh, well, that was very touching, no doubt about it. I wonder, now you make me wonder about, I should have invited Christina over here too. I just figured that she was going to be busy doing her own thing, but that would have been great if all you guys showed up.
She's actually in salsa class.
Oh, okay.
She's learning how to dance salsa.
Oh, okay.
For what?
Just for fun.
See? See?
Another mysterious one.
Well, hey, that's just somebody that wants to do something. Salsa class. I guess she's going to have to watch the rerun afterwards then. All right. Let me see here. Just Jesse. Thank you, Witchy. Esther says, this made my Friday. Molte grazie, Frank, and all. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wait,
Ohio Kimmy. Yeah.
Is it your anniversary?
My anniversary with my wife is on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, we are getting remarried in the church this time. In 2017, when we were married, we weren't married in the church. So this time, I wanted to get right with the sacraments. Mm-hmm. So I had to, she was down with it, and we've been working on that for the last 4 or 5 months. And Tuesday's a big day. So
nice.
Yeah, that's we did it on the original marriage date, so we didn't have 2 dates floating around.
So you got married. You got married originally in 2017.
Yeah, but it was It was just outside with a pastor.
Like an elope?
No, we didn't elope.
Oh.
We had our family there. It just wasn't in the church. You know, in the Catholic Church.
Isn't that an elope?
No, eloping.
Eloping is just randomly like.
Eloping is you take your woman and you just run away and get married and nobody's around but you two.
I thought it was just in the court.
No, well, you should get a justice of the peace.
Oh.
You can get married. A justice of the peace can marry you. But eloping is fleeing your home with the person you get. Well, you can elope and go get married in Italy if you want. You can elope and go get married in Las Vegas. You can get married in in a motel in Schenectady. Whatever the hell it doesn't matter. Eloping is just like we're not waiting and we're not inviting anybody. That's it.
So you eloped.
Yeah, we eloped. We eloped in front of 125 people. All right, let's see here. Delona, thank you so much. A very, very, very generous EMP. Amethyst Cat said happy Friday. Happy Friday to everybody, you guys.
Friday night.
Yeah, it is a Friday night. Look at us now.
Look at us
Look
now.
at me now.
All right, let me see here.
Does anybody want to play golf tomorrow at 9 a.m.? Jump.
No. No, I got a lot of...
Fucking hell.
A lot of things. What?
Do you play, Frank?
No.
No.
I would like to actually I would actually like to go to like a driving range and try this. My father-in-law plays. I'm sure
he hasn't asked you to play?
It's one of those things where I would never even put myself in the conversation until I know the basics. But going to a driving range, that's something basic I can do right now. I've never even done that. You know, I haven't swung a bat ever since I stopped coaching. I don't know if I've had a really legitimate game of catch since 2019, because that was coaching. That was one of the best personal perks, because I don't get paid. One of the best personal perks that I had over 16 years. I just take some of the more advanced kids on the team, work with them pitching or whatever, where I can just catch and I can, we just feel that pop and you can throw a ball at them, they won't get hurt. Mm-hmm. That was like the greatest perk of coaching, and I don't have anybody to have catch with at this point. So as far as learning a golf swing goes, I don't know. I have to go out. Maybe you guys let me know when you're going to a golf
all right,
a
golf
driving range and maybe I'll make a fool of myself a little bit. You tell me what the hell to do. Anyway, here, let me ask you this.
Oh no.
Last couple of weeks we've been talking a lot about Gen Z. Because there's been a couple of really big Gen Z writers who have put out these blogs that have been a little bit more introspective in analyzing the almost like generational disconnect. And they were talking about how, in particular, there's this trend of a lot of people born around 2003 and up and all that shit that go through YouTube old videos of proms from the 1980s and the last day of school 1995, and just looking at Gen X and millennials in school settings with no phones, everything else, and really lamenting, thinking about how social media ruined being social. And I think it was interesting because I see how that's happened to really everybody. But the older generations, they at least had some perspective of a time when it wasn't around. Now, it doesn't matter when you were born. Yeah. Everybody's got a phone in their hands. It's all social media. It's all, clout and shit like that. But Z and now upcoming Alpha, I mean, you were born into it. There was never any perspective of what came before. Do you guys ever, think about that? Is there, do you ever really contemplate any of that stuff, or what do you feel about your generation and how easy it is to socialize these days?
This is a good question because I think about this a lot. So at home, I work, make dinner. Then, I don't really make dinner, but I just stand there and watch. Help clean up, watch a little TV. I used to at night we used to game with the boys, whatever. But after a while, especially during COVID, right? That's all we had to do. That's all we could do. Game with the boys, whatever. Now I'm playing golf. I'd rather go grab a drink with a friend. I'd rather do something outside. I'd rather go to their apartment, them come to my apartment. And my friends are stuck on this. Wait, this is hanging out. Like us being in a Discord call, it's hanging out.
That's an interesting.
And that,
okay.
and I tell them all the time, this does not count. To me, this doesn't count.
No.
Right? Especially my best friend Kevin, not this Kevin, my other best friend Kevin, who's my best man. I tell him all the time, I'm like, dude, let's do something. Like, this doesn't count. He's like, oh, bro, we talked last night. I was like, no, man, that doesn't count. Like, let's go grab a beer. Let's go fucking come play golf, or let's go grab dinner. Bring your girl, double date. I don't care what it is, but it's always the same thing. I'm so busy. We talk every night. Why do we need to see each other? I was like, it's completely different. It's completely different.
Man, what about you, Christian? Yeah, I'll dump my thoughts after I hear what you guys got to say.
I think my situation is a little different. So I have a good friend. You remember Armin Yusi?
Yeah.
I hate him.
Armin Yusi and I we're still intact. We're boys. But it's a little difficult right now because he has a girlfriend, and he is hip to hip with her.
Oh, I know.
I can invite him for dinner. I can invite him to a Yankee game. I can invite him for just a guy's night out, and he'll be like,
he brings his girl.
He'll bring his girl.
When you see that second head bobbing into view, you're like, son of a bitch.
I remember one day we went out for dinner, and she came along. Nothing, great girl, awesome, but there'll be times where I'm like, let's just be guys and dick around, and I mean, I still hang out with my other friends, Colin Gillespie, Michael Baccarosa. Thank God they're still single, including myself. So, I feel like you can balance it out. I mean, I can call Ev whenever I want. He's gonna be married soon, but I'm pretty sure when he is, I can still give him a call and be like, hey, let's grab lunch.
See, Evert is like me. Everett's like me. Where and I assume like you too.
Handsome.
Well, yeah, of course. What are you gonna do? But here's the thing. That's something that I'd say that's a little bit more like growing up kind of thing. You start seeing how people in your life. What Everett said in particular with people getting this false impression that a digital interaction is hanging out is ridiculous. Like I feel like some of my friends they feel like we all I dropped a couple of funny memes into the group text today, so we've had our I don't have to see you guys this weekend. We've been pretty active on text this whole week. I feel like that is really that counts for some people. And I've always been the person where like, hey, okay, I've got a girlfriend now, she's my wife, now I have a child. And at that point, it was never for me. And I know some people are different. I don't know. And this goes even well before the advent of social media. I always figured that as everybody got married and had children, this family would get bigger. Our kids would play together. For holidays, we'd all get together. You bring your wives and whatever, or okay, and sometimes it just doesnent work that way, and it fucking kills. It's like,
yeah,
because some people are down, and other people you just say like, wow, were we all placeholders until you found somebody else?
That's what they tell me. Like I've found friends that love to just do things. Like not this weekend. Next weekend I'm going on a weekend getaway somewhere in the Poconos that our friend planned, and my fiance and I love that shit. Like we love, and that's why she told me this yesterday. She was like, the reason why we work so well together is because one, we hate being home, and one, we have the same kind of energy. We're both, we're going out to dinner. All right, what's the next plan? Or let's do something outside. It's nice out. Let's go grab a drink. Let's not staying home. A lot of people now would rather stay home. A lot of people now would rather game and have a beer and call that a grand old time.
I know, and I wouldn't even mind about staying home. Invite people over then, just hang out on the back porch. It's tough, and I know what you're talking about there too, Christian. It's sometimes it's hard to see people who can't balance it all out, because then it's just balance in life is everything. But what about so you brought up the social media aspect. I got to imagine that. I know you're about to get hitched, but I got to imagine that dating right now is really rough. I have to imagine it's rough, especially with
Chump struggles, man. He's struggling.
Is it hard to find somebody that's not on psych meds these days?
He's struggling.
Is everybody medicated?
I think everyone's medicated. I don't want to be mean, but I mean,
it's not mean. I'm just.
I mean, it's tough. It is tough. I mean, I recently just got a relationship. It's probably been a year or so. Met her at Cortland, so it was a little easier because everyone was going out, bar hopping. But now that I'm back home.
He drunk texts her.
What? No.
Oh, don't do it. No. Don't go back to the well, man.
No, absolutely not.
He's a liar.
No.
He's lying.
He's been texting her the whole time.
No.
Yo, tune into Quite Frankly.tv. Watch. Look how far. Look how good things are for me. Watch.
I mean, I would hope so. No. It is tough. I mean, a lot of people nowadays are on, dating apps, and it's tough. I mean, when I hear of dating apps, I hear of hooking up.
Yeah,
and
that's kind of the scene nowadays. I mean, I've seen some success stories.
Yeah, I have too.
Online dating,
but I feel like if you're at the age range of, let's say, early college and maybe 24, 25, it's not as serious. I think your head has to be at that state of mind where you're like, okay, I'm done with the bullshit, I'm done with the hooking up, I'm here to actually find something real.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's tough.
It must be tough if you're like 22, 23 and you just know, hey, I want to start a family.
Right.
I'm seeing a lot of people right now, and you can see it in society, and I actually really like it, that there's far more younger people that are wanting, I was reading this article not too long ago about even Gen Z is making a lot of people in Hollywood concerned that even when it comes to the movies they're watching, when they're polled, they want to see less sex scenes, and they want to see more platonic friendships, like fellowship kind of stories where they're going out on an adventure or something. It's just like when we're saturated by all this crap, it's just like, can we just get something lighthearted and wholesome? Mm-hmm. And then of course there's more people who want to now settle down and start having kids earlier and all that shit. And because we've been, bludgeoned over the head, definitely my generation bludgeoned over the head, hook up, and you calm down in your 30s, get it all out.
That's what I've been seeing a lot of.
I can
like I would say if you are already married and have a kid in, like, let's say my grade or even the year above myself or the year under, maybe, like, if you already have a family and you have a child already, it's like you're crazy. Like, you are so ahead of yourself. You don't know what you're doing. You were too young. And then you ask our parents, how old were you when you got married? 21. When did you have your first kid? 22, 23. Meanwhile, everybody's waiting until they're 30 nowadays to have their first kid. And I don't know what happens within that gap. Like, it's just dating scene, like, I don't know. Is it people trying to figure out, like, their career first?
It's a lot of it. It's a lot of all that.
I don't know what it is.
It's multiple things. It's multiple. I mean, Lauren, I was talking with my wife. It was yesterday or the day before. Then she was talking about how she either bumped into somebody or she saw somebody from her high school or whatever who is, I think, so we're in our late 30s now, 38, 39. And she's talking about this one kid that she went to high school with or this one girl, that her oldest is just turned 21. Mm-hmm. I said, whoa, that's wow. Yeah, well, she was pregnant in high school.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, well, usually a high school pregnancy, there was a whoopsie there. Mm-hmm. But since then, the guy that she had the baby with, they got married. They had 4 more kids.
Oh shit.
So you're thinking about that, and you say, when we're young, you hear about somebody getting married too young or having multiple children. You're like, well, whatever. And then when you start getting into your late 30s, I promise you, it's coming. You might already be there.
No way.
Well, I'm just saying.
Don't say that.
With what? With what? With kids?
No, the 30s thing.
Oh, the 30s. Oh, it's coming, bro.
No, man.
My
hangovers are lasting way too long.
I was 25 yesterday afternoon. All right, I was 25 yesterday afternoon. Okay, there's nothing separating you and me anymore. Nothing. I'm telling you. The only way you can slow it down. There's none.
The nights him and I used to go out and drink, by 11 o'clock noon, I was fine. Now, 5 p.m.
Yeah, it's
6
bad.
p.m.
Yeah.
I want to kill myself. Like, it's so fucking bad. But
I stopped.
It's not gonna stop me.
I was never a big drinker because I knew if I went past a buzz, I was gonna throw up at some point. So it was just like, when it's the holidays or if it's a special occasion, I'll nurse a beer, I'll get myself a scotch, and I'll find that sweet zone, and I'm gonna maintain. I won't push past. But man, I remember losing time. If I got really sick or if I got really drunk, I'm getting sick, but I'm losing the next day and a half.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Chumpa's had his fair share of throw-ups in my parents' backyard.
I can see Christian being a guy that's just like, I'm gonna have to. Are you the type to like say I better pull the trigger, or it just comes up?
It depends.
I actually don't know.
I don't.
Like, I can see Christian going to the corner of the fence and
he
just
thinks
like,
about it.
And like, this has got to come up. Blah.
He thinks about it.
I mean, I don't really remember a day where I threw up.
Oh, you don't remember?
I don't remember.
You remember you left your phone in the Uber that one time?
Yeah.
And you had to pay like $100 to get it back?
Yeah.
How'd you find him?
I tracked it down.
You tracked him down?
On my laptop.
It's not $100. It's like $30.
But what'd you pay?
Uber.
You paid Uber to find...
Uber charges you if you leave a mess in their car, if you throw up, or you left an item in their car.
Because you have to pay them to return the item.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And it was like $100 for them to bring it back?
I think it was like $30.
It was $30.
He's exaggerating.
30 though. I mean, how far away did they come from? The Bronx?
He dropped us off. By the time we realized his phone was gone, the guy was in the Bronx.
I was going to say, he must have been in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Well,
we've had our fair share of long nights.
Yeah, those are the nights. Those are the nights that get you, man.
The single nights.
Yeah, those are the nights that you remember for a long time. I still remember most of those nights. They're something else, man. Do you ever wish that you were living in other time? Like with the people in your life, do you ever wish that it was a different year? Like
I was a different age?
No,
just different time in history.
And I'm not saying you're leaving anybody in your life behind. Let's say you just take your life the way it is, your family, your relationships, everything, and you transport it into another time in our culture over here in the U.S. Like, would you want to live right now, or would you want to go live in, I don't know, 1995, or would you want to try out 1970? Because you said before we really got started, that you see a lot of things change. You've seen so much change in society just in the last few years that you can see how it's going to be really, really changed for Generation Alpha. You didn't expand on what you meant by that, but...
well, just like in the dating scene, like now, the example was like dating apps. When we would go out, and I mean, our intentions were not to just find a wife out there, like...
Yeah.
But we would go out, and it was fun. We just drank and drank and drank, and then if we found somebody that we could hook up with, great. If not, it was still a great night. Now, I think like with especially online dating, like you're talking to somebody for, I don't know. I've never been on an online platform to date, but I think that's it. You're just looking for somebody, like you already have a hookup planned. I think that's the difference between like, hey, I'm going out. If I meet somebody, we hit it off, great connection, it works out. Now you just, hey, I swiped right on you. I think you're cute. You think I'm cute. It's already a pre-planned hookup, whether you know them, whether you don't, whether you guys hit it off. I mean, I've heard stories where people meet up for dinner and it's terrible. Like one of my buddies, he's 25 years old. He went on an online date. The girl's mother dropped her off and picked her up from the restaurant.
Well, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, considering. I mean, isn't that? If you're talking about cheapness, at least you know that girl. At least you know that girl was. Maybe she was out there really trying to find somebody and wanted to make sure everybody knew that there was not going to be any hanky panky that night. I'm getting dropped off and picked up by my mom, unless the mother was the overbearing one and she actually. I don't know.
Right.
I think that's just a big difference. Like us going out, meeting new people compared to now you've met them online and you've already.
So people are not meeting each other outside anymore.
No.
Because I'll tell you, when I was in high school, when I was in college, and this is just around the time like 2005 or so. This is when Facebook was just created. We had MySpace and whatever. It was just getting started. YouTube just launched in 2005. But we weren't connected we had our flip phones and shit like that. There was texting, but still we'd go out to like White Plains.
Yeah.
And there was the nightlife on a Saturday night in White Plains was incredible.
It's dead now.
That's what I hear.
It's dead.
I haven't been there in God knows how long, but I heard that it is. I mean, it's a good place to go and get into a bar fight now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes and no, because the cops are just.
Yeah, they're right in front of the bars now.
I heard that it's dead and violent.
It's more dead.
It's more dead than violent. Well, because it's like walking into a bar, drink in one hand, phone in the other hand. Like nobody's really there to talk.
Exactly. That's how it is.
Nobody's there to like meet new people.
Right.
You're there with your group. You drink with your group. If there's a girl in the group that you're into, maybe you talk to her that night. Maybe you don't. But there's no like that whole scene of like meeting new people at the bar. It's pretty dead.
Yeah, it's super dead.
Like we go with we will still go. The last time probably I was at White Plains was last year maybe. But it was our group only. Nobody's there to meet other people. Nobody's there to socialize.
Are you generally, are groups far more suspicious of outsiders now than they were in the past?
Yeah, you're just like, don't talk to them. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like this unspoken rule of going out to a bar.
Man. That's weird.
Yeah.
No,
it's so true though. It's so true.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Like my fiance and I love to go to dinner and sit at the bar, right? Even she will tell me like, "Why are you talking to the guy next to you?" I was like, "I don't know. He seemed friendly. He said hello. He said hello. There's a game on the TV. We're both a fan of the team playing." And I go, "We're cheering on for the same team." She's like, "Why are you talking to him?" I was like, "I don't know. He's nice to me. There's nothing wrong with him, you know."
How do you know?
I don't, but
he could be a killer.
I don't, but I'm a pretty big guy. I don't think I'd easily be.
I think
killed.
I think Everett's very outgoing. So
and I'm also
he'll
very
pick up
outgoing.
he'll pick up conversation wherever.
I can talk to a fucking wall. So
yeah. Well, that's the same thing with me. You know, there's if we got to go into a strange place, I'm usually coming out with a friend. But I can see how it just makes it a lot harder. And then again, there's the question: where do you have an interaction? And that's where I wanted to ask you guys these questions from a standpoint of
a coach.
Well, no. Well, you guys are coaches now.
Old coach.
Yeah. Well, you guys are You've been in that position before. You've had authority over younger people, and you've been guides and mentors in that way already. So you already have that experience as well. But like I said before, everybody is dealing with the same hard challenges and getting around the social scene, no matter when they were born. But like I said before, you guys were born into this already established. I have one foot in the past and one foot in the present right now, where I still, where I was raised by World War II veterans. Those are your great grandparents at this point, and it's strange. It really is. And I'm thinking, if I was going out trying to meet somebody right now, if I wanted to go out there and meet new friends, forget about just like a wife. Mm-hmm. I'm like, where would I go to meet friends? Maybe I would go to I don't know. You wouldn't go to a game. Just
No.
talk to random people. You wouldn't go to. Maybe you do go to a bar, but what's the quality of people just hanging out at a bar these days? You just don't know. A farmer's market,
Your grocery store,
Trader Joe's,
a church, a Bible study.
I don't know.
A library.
You're like it's hard. Like, I will say so we just moved into an apartment in Norwalk, and it's a huge building. There's 4 buildings. They all share the same amenities. There's amenities in every building, so people are connecting with each other. We met, like, our good friends who we go out with to dinner are older than our parents, like my fiance and my parents, and they will text us, hey, we're going to go drinking here. Hey, it's Cinco de Mayo, margaritas here. Friendsgiving at our apartment, 7 o'clock, be there. And we're the youngest in the building for some reason, but our group of friends that live in these buildings are all probably over 30, 40, but they have their little community and they will socialize within their community, which is something new to us because, you know, we have our friends from back home. A lot of people aren't traveling to see us, and we're not traveling much to see them. Now we have our own group there, which is kind of nice. They do have fun. They do fun activities. You know, a fun activity for me is going out to dinner, having a drink. That's a fun activity for me. I will have the best night ever.
Me too.
If just dinner, not even dinner, just a beer.
I like it. No, I like it.
But
yeah, something chill, settle.
Christian's probably going to meet another teacher. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I would hope so.
I mean, that's usually what I like. Well, friends of mine in the past who have gotten even frustrated about things. Like, dude, first of all, stop thinking about it. If you want to meet somebody, just stop thinking about it. What you have to do is you have to go out there and you have to just live your best life. If you're living your best life, then and I'm not saying live the life of a celebrity. You're just living a good, honest life. Just keep your integrity intact. Go out there, keep it, positive. Be proactive in things. Be inspired. Stay connected in some way, and along the way, you're going to just through animal magnetism alone, you are going to attract people on parallel paths. If you are a music lover and you just follow that passion, even if you're not a musician, but you're always going to shows, you're always going to small clubs and open mic nights and whatever like that. You're going to meet other people who love this shit, and it's just all of a sudden you click with somebody who's already on a similar path as you. It's usually how it works. People who just start freaking out and they're swiping and all that shit. I don't know. I know it's like shooting fish in a barrel, but high quality, I think you just gotta let the magnets touch.
Well, there's your answer. There's your answer to how do you meet new people.
Just live your best life.
Yeah. Live your best life,
and you'll find it out.
And go to clubs, little gatherings.
Yes, yes, that's right. All right, let me see. Esther G says, "Such a special evening, Frankie. You are loved and appreciated. Thanks to all these young men. As I write this, my southpaw son left for a Dodgers game." There you go.
Nice.
I wish. You know what? I'm going. We got to go to some. We got to go to Yankee.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Go to a Yankee game? That'd be awesome.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
We got to figure it out. You got to tell your sister.
I will.
I'll figure. Maybe Matt will go.
You got to find a babysitter.
Coach Matt.
How's he been? Is he still around here?
Coach Matt?
Yeah. He acts like he doesn't remember me.
He's an idiot.
Fuck him.
Let's call. You know what? Let's hold on a second.
Fuck that guy. He acts like I've seen him numerous times in Stanford. He's always out drinking, and he always does those little cycling classes.
What?
That little bitch.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. What do you mean he does cycling?
Maybe he doesn't remember.
He does like fucking Soul Cycle or some shit.
Oh no, we have to call him then. Hold on a second.
He actually he doesn't know me, man. Hate that.
He probably forgot.
Yeah, no, he forgot.
He did.
Bro, we went to dinner and he sat right across from me, and not even a look.
It's been 15 years.
All right, hold on.
Saw him at
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Oh,
come on! You see?
He said he was gonna call me. He turned his phone off, bro.
Yeah, you see, man.
This is real. He hates you.
He's different. He's different now.
He hates you now.
He's different now.
This is definitely about you.
It's because he slimmed down a bit. That's why he's different.
He lost weight.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I mean, all those cycling Pilates classes he's into. I'd hope. I think he goes to like pick up chicks. I think that has to be it.
I'm about to do it.
I don't see any other reason for him to be doing these classes. Like, I don't know.
Hold on a second. And he silenced his notifications. Yo, I'm trying to call you. Pick up. Let's go.
Do you talk to him often?
I know. Not often, but every once in a while I'll think of something and I'll reach out to him and we'll laugh about stuff and all that. I like Matt, and
we follow each other on Instagram.
The last time I texted him before today to tell him that you guys were coming on the show was when, what's his name, George Kirby.
Yes, George Kirby from Rye.
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk about another a local around here? I think Matt and Chad Charney had coached George Kirby. Now he's like the ace pitcher for the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, he is.
Fuck that guy.
Nah, he's good. He's good. I actually faced him in high school.
Really?
Me too. He embarrassed me.
You guys played against George Kirby?
Yeah.
Huh?
We went to Rye, and there's like 8 scouts right behind home plate with their radar guns.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I mean, I struck out, but
he like fucking embarrassed the whole team.
Yeah.
What was he throwing back then?
He was throwing like at least
probably high 80s.
He was touching 90.
He was touching 90.
I mean,
and he was in high school.
When he played, obviously I was texting Matt when he made his Citi Field debut against the Mets.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, everybody's talking about this George Kirby's from Rye, New York and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, damn.
There's another kid from Portchester. Doesn't he play on the Yankees?
Christian Chimpatazzi?
No,
he's ass.
The Yankees?
No. I don't think so.
Sabato?
Aaron Sabato, he plays for the Twins, Minnesota Twins.
He's on the Twins?
I think he's in like Double-A though.
I heard he was.
That's what I was talking about.
Then he must have been in the system for at least 5 years now.
I think so.
I don't know.
Because I remember the buzz about him was pretty hot in when he was in college. I think I might have still been coaching.
Yeah,
maybe 2018-19.
Yeah, I mean,
heard he's a great kid too.
Great kid. He's trying his best to make the big leagues, but it's tough.
It's very
tough. There's another kid that lives, I believe, Bedford. Henry Davis. He plays for the Pirates.
Who?
Henry Davis.
Who the fuck is that?
Catcher, really good. He made his debut last year. Actually, on his debut, he hit 2 home runs off Shohei Ohtani.
Wow,
what a stat!
That's all. And he's on the big league squad right now. He's starting.
Yeah, he plays for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
You know what? I think I remember that getting, because the Yankees were in Pittsburgh last year. He was playing last year, right?
Yes, last year.
I remember Michael Kay giving a little bit of a footnote about him being a local.
Yeah,
he brought you up.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
His old coach.
I don't know. Christian said he's from Bedford.
Yeah, he's from Bedford.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't. No, I never coached anybody famous.
Not yet.
It could have been Ronnie.
Ronnie. Oh man. All right.
Give me some more time.
Yeah, give me some more time. I'll get there. Now, man, this has been great. Listen, it's 9:00. That's good for tonight. I thank you. Cave Toad says bar and gaming friends are not friends. Save yourself. Don't waste your time. Grow your clan. That's right. Yeah. No, Everett's gonna be a father soon. You watch.
That's gonna be scary.
I can't even say imagine because I know it's coming.
Dude, let me tell you something.
Don't.
No, dude. Let me tell you something. It is the biggest fucking rush. The great. And I was talking to Lauren. I said, there's a lot of things that we're grateful for where we are. We're so happy that we're parents, but it's one of those things where I wish we started having kids at 25. I wish we just say, it's like, well, what if you weren't making enough money? Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's
That's the fear nowadays. Like, I think that's why people are waiting till they're 30, because they're like, oh, my career, I haven't taken off yet. I'm still at an entry-level job. I'm making whatever amount, minimum wage, or whatever the case is.
I know that there's a lot of economic considerations. I know that
it's expensive nowadays.
Alpha and Z and even a good portion of millennials, we are catching a lot of the hell of the bad decisions that were made for the last 3 generations prior. And the dollar is getting destroyed. We're being destroyed by the freaks who run our government.
Sleepy Joe.
Let me tell you something about him.
Sleepy Joe.
I don't even want to ask who you're voting for. It better not be Biden.
I don't vote.
Don't. Okay, at least don't vote.
I don't vote.
Don't
vote.
not Biden.
Dude, let me tell you something. I'm very happy to hear this from you guys.
I don't vote.
But then again, you guys are intelligent. You're intelligent. Whatever you do, stay away from Marxism. Just stay away from it.
I think the main thing that I focus on is the money, because that's what I do for work, and not to get into it or anything, but there's just a lot of economic growth that I took into consideration which led me to my vote today.
Okay, that's all I got. Hey, listen, you don't have to say anything to me. You don't have to say anything to me because they say watch out for the far right. I'm as far as you can get right, okay? And I'm not an evil person. It's all when people tell you, the far right. They don't know what
dark
the fuck
and evil.
Don't know what you're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. It's like how can you, it's the problem is there's too many controls. The problem is that people are being micromanaged. Every thought, every penny is split in half. Every thought is monitored. All of that shit. That's the issue. It's centralization. We got to give people individuality and liberty back, and just start. We'll talk about this next time.
Yeah.
I didn't want to screw this up with ideological. But it's very important.
I'll lose my fan base.
No. Your fan base is probably just grew by 10 times right now. Your fan. I promise you, your fan base just grew by 10 times. You guys are already very charismatic and everybody likes you, but when they heard that, they're like, okay, good, this is great.
That's awesome.
Bring them back.
All right, bring them back. All right, guys, thank you so. Anybody you want to shout out? Anything you want to say? And we'll have you back on sometime. We'll bring more people on, and we'll have a good one.
I think maybe you got to bring Matt.
Matt will be here next time.
I gotta talk to him.
I'll bring my sister.
You bring your sister. Yeah, Matt just got in touch with me. I said, "Yo, I'm trying to call you. Pick up. Let's go." He says, "Yo, my bad. I'm at dinner."
Of course he is.
Great excuse.
Of course he is. He just finished his little spin class, and he's going out for happy hour with his little spin.
Hold on, wait a second.
He's hanging out with his spin girls.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Evert says that you aren't actually at dinner and you are at spin class instead. Let's see what he says to that before we get off. You aren't actually at dinner. You're at spin. Come on, read it.
Oh.
And if he reads it, I know he's not at dinner. Because if you're at dinner, you have to just concentrate on everybody at the table.
The girl he's trying to pick up from spin class.
Just like. So you spin around here often? Just sitting in place. All right, okay, that's that. Thank you guys and gals. It's been wonderful. Let me make sure I got all of the that's good. Wally World says, question for the team: did Frank ever lose it on an umpire or get sent off? No,
never.
Really?
No.
Respectful.
Really?
No.
I made friends with all the umpires. So
yes, he did. So we can get a good strike zone.
Oh yeah.
Yep. We get those calls.
It's just not my style.
Yep.
It's not my style to blow up like that.
I didn't have an incident, but I had a little back and forth with an umpire.
I've had more testy experiences with parents, and even those were very, very minimal.
Yes,
very minimal.
Yeah. I almost cursed his parent out.
Dude,
I almost fought him actually.
They can push you to the ledge.
That's for next time.
Yeah, they can push you to the ledge, but I'll the most you would get out of me is I turn my back.
Yep.
I'll just spin around on my heel and turn my back on the umpire and
Humbled.
just bite my lip. And then after there's more than a couple of times. What the hell is the guy's name? I think it was Mike was one of them. He actually came up to me because he saw my reaction and he knows I never speak up. I never do anything, and he was just like, Frank, I'm sorry, I missed that one. and I, at that point, I was like, Frank, take the high road, and I just put my hand on his shoulder. I said, it's all right, man. Don't worry about it.
Get the next one.
Get the next one. And he must have we got paid back somewhere down the line. So that was the whole thing, and yeah, fuck it. But I've seen coaches get kicked off the field because they were drunk.
Really?
There was more than. Over the course of 16 years, there was at least 2 instances that I saw coaches excused because they were just reeking.
Wow.
They reeked.
Wow.
Yeah. I know. And at one point, you just like you're disgusted, and at the other point, you're just like, man, I hope they're all right.
Right.
Like what's going on in your life that you're polluted at 4:30 in the afternoon on a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Or 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
Yeah. Well, I remember my. Now we're over. To hell with it. One more story. my first year coaching was 2006. That was the first and last year that there was a facelifts team. The jersey was bright orange. It said facelifts, and I had I was like, who the hell are my coaches going to be? So I asked my buddy Radimus. He was a station manager in this White Plains radio station, but he was also a club manager at this place in Yonkers. I forget the name of the club, but obviously on a Saturday morning at 9:00, when he's been doing whatever, as a manager of the club, but he's drinking, he's doing whatever the hell. There was many Saturdays he just didn't show up, but there's a couple of Saturdays that he did where it was just like he looked like a puffer fish. And it was just the eyes, the bloodshot, like his eyes might have been dilated. God knows. I don't know, man.
Did you send him home? Or
No.
you just didn't have the heart?
No, I said, here, you do the book. I said, you do the book. I was always on third base anyway. I said, you do the book. We sent a kid, we put a helmet on a kid to go
First base.
You go coach first base, don't get hit. Oh man, there's just so many things. So many, but we'll get around to them because we should do an anthology. We'll call them the Little League Diaries. This is volume 1. Christian, Evert, thank you guys for showing up. It's been great to have you on.
Thank you so much.
And Kevin.
And Kevin. Next time we'll have him on for a little while longer. That'll be good. That's that. All right, guys and gals, have a good one. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday night. And Monday will just be, I have a whole bunch of things planned for Monday night. And it'll be like we'll do open lines, and we will also do a couple of other mixed topics since I don't want to get too heavy. I have a lot of awesome things that we're going to do in the next couple of weeks. A lot of awesome things. A lot of awesome topics. Great guests that are coming on. But next week is going to be a wedding and then an extended Memorial Day weekend. So I'll save all of those for like the 28th and afterwards. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
The best and the truest, alas, are the fewest. But be one of these if you can. In duty ne'er fail, you will find 'twill avail you and bring its reward when a man. Don't think life plain sailing, there's danger of failing, though bright the future seem to be. But bright honor and labor and truth to your neighbor will bear you safe over life's seas. Then up and be doing, right only pursuing, and take your fair part in the strife. Be honest and true, boys, whatever you do, boys. Let this be your motto through life.